platform where they're in control. Creators can bring their creativity on chain and make sure that they're the ones benefiting. Everyone everywhere gets the same access, no matter where you're born, no matter where you live. This is the future of the internet. This is on chain.
Welcome. Greetings. We're back with Builder Office Hours. And thank you for those that have joined the live so far. Today, I'm just going to keep it a bit casual. Maybe I might build something on the live stream. I might carry on working on an app because there isn't too much technical issues to cover right now. Base seems to be going well. A lot of issues are being fixed. There's fewer people coming up with like technical problems actually in the Discord, which goes to prove that the new base app standard is going pretty well. Okay. So I'm just gonna play a quick disclaimer, and then we get straight into, maybe sharing
Today's
what I'm doing.
conversation is for information and educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial, technical, or legal advice. The views expressed are our own and do not represent Base, Coinbase, or any affiliated platforms.
Okay, so we're back. Um, all right, so I think first things first, we spoke about Azul last week. Okay, let me just share my screen and then we talk through it and then we'll get to some building just now. Okay, so if you can see my screen, Base introduced a project called Azul. Okay, it's not a project per se, but it's more of a network upgrade, right? And it's really dealing with upgrades around the nodes, and it's not so much anything that needs to be done on the front end. So if you're building an app or you're building something where you're using the chain, there is no need to change anything at this stage. Okay, so there's nothing that requires you to be changed. It's only people that are running nodes. But however, it's obviously designed to increase performance, right? Increase chain throughput, increased builder reliability. And then it allows, the chain to move faster and more efficient and more secure. So that's basically what, the upgrade is all about. Okay. And then, of course, there's other elements like it increases decentralization and security, and the path to 1 giga gas. Okay, so that's as you can see, focus client stack consolidation improves developer experience. Okay, so it's supposed to make the chain run faster, faster finalization, faster transactions. So hopefully, more consumer apps can actually come on board and use the base platform. If you require very quick response time in your transactions, etc. Okay, so that's basically what's happening. So there's nothing that needs to be changed. So it's actually not a new chain. It's not a new standalone chain, but it's the building blocks towards, where Base will become an independent, chain on its own. So this is part of the major upgrades. Okay, so I think after this Azul, there's another one called Osaka, which is actually going to be much bigger, where people are going to have to change certain parameters on the chain. So apps, when the next one comes in, that's where major changes are going to be required. But we'll keep you guys updated, and we'll be there to show you guys how to do that. Okay. All right. So let's check on Lloyd. Okay, he's not here yet. I hope he's going to text me. Okay, so I'm gonna go through what I've been building, okay? And then we'll yeah, maybe let me add the base elements to something I've been building, okay? Maybe that's the best aspect of what I can do here is add base, okay? Okay, so first things first is just to show you guys what I've been working on, and from then on we'll add some base elements, okay? And while we're at this, check out the new base app. If you don't have it, it's not perhaps new, but so what's the website address for this? Is it join.base.app? Okay, let's check this out if it's gonna work. Okay, yeah. So download the latest version. So if you've got a base app, you need to upgrade it in your app store and check out, the latest version. Okay, there might be some issues around the wallet. You might see that you can't seem to log into your previous wallet. So maybe back it up before you upgrade, because it's going to ask you to, if you want to try the new base experience, then I would suggest you click around and go to your settings and look for a section where you can back up your private, your seed phrase. You can back it up to your Google Drive if you already haven't done that, before you migrate to the new base app. So just be, cognizant of that. Okay, and then I did pick up some issues where balances were not updating on time. So this is stuff that you might run into. So yeah, do check out the new upgraded base app. So I'm still to use more of it. Yeah, I just saw the thing coming up just earlier that there's a new base app experience. And okay, we have Lloyd over here. Mr. Lloyd, how are you?
Hey Google, BM everyone. I'm doing
Yeah,
good, man. Doing good. Just got home and I ran straight to my computer.
nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for
But yeah,
joining as
everything is
always, man.
good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Anytime. How's it going on your
Yeah.
side?
On my side is going great. I just saw that Base has upgraded the Base app. Okay.
Okay.
So I think my app, my phone automatically upgraded it. So when I try to open it, it actually upgraded it, but now it's showing me two older wallets, which are not the wallets I've been using. So I had to do a lot of clicking around to find my other wallet. So I think this is probably where Base is breaking away from Farcaster, right? So I'm not
Yeah.
actually sure what's going on, but I think they're breaking away from Farcaster. Um, and yeah, because now it's asking me to set up a new wallet. You see what I'm saying? So I can't log back
Again.
into the old
Okay.
ones for some reason. Because I set up my old one. Mine is the old ones where we set it up using Farcaster, right? You remember?
Yes, I
When you
remember
first got
that.
onto the Base app,
Okay.
yeah, you had to have a Farcaster
Oh
app
yeah.
wallet before to create the Base app. So I have one of those. And I think they've like broken away from that. So now it's creating a situation where I have to create a new wallet, or it wants me to connect another wallet. You
I
see?
see.
So
Yeah, I see.
yeah. So yeah, so I've been looking at this, but I had to find my other wallet first. Fortunately, it did appear. I did a bit of clicking around, and I was able to find it. I was able to go to my Chrome browser on my mobile and log into the wallet I had on the base app. Then I was able to back it up. Okay. But while I was using that wallet inside the base app, it was giving an error. I couldn't send transactions from it because I had a few, USDC in that
Mm-hmm.
wallet that I was using for trading, and I couldn't send it out. It just kept saying something went wrong. But then I went onto my mobile browser. I was able to use it. So I think that disconnects between, well, I'm assuming they're disconnecting from the Farcaster type of situation and is causing some type of an issue there. So yeah. So I think
Yeah.
some people might just come up with, across those issues. but I'm gonna play around a little more and then
Yeah.
see what
No,
that looks like. Yeah.
that makes sense. I didn't know that they actually made an update to the base app, so that's actually news for me. I was just
Mm,
concentrating more on the Azure thing and just
yeah.
trying to see the updates and stuff. But that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just touched on what Azul is all about right now. So from the information we have received, it just really affects people that like run nodes, on the base chain. So node operators are the ones that like literally need to have to make some sort of changes to their
Mm-hmm.
RPCs, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't affect anyone building apps. It doesn't affect anybody just, using the chain. There's nothing to change at this stage, but it's designed to make the network faster, more secure, accelerated towards full decentralization. So it's like building blocks towards an independent chain. So the next upgrade after this, I think, might be called Osaka or is called Osaka, if I'm not mistaken, like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one that's going to affect more people, like where people like, building on base might have to make some changes, uh, you know, with their network parameters and all that. Okay. So, but for
Yeah.
now, I think we're all good. It's still just, stuff that's happening under the hood right now. So we're still good.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Okay. Otherwise, on your end,
Nice.
what's happening, man? Is there anything else? Maybe any new insights? Something that we might cover? Because I was thinking we might just do a quick build today. I've been working on
Yeah.
something, so I thought maybe we might bring it up and.
Oh yeah. No, not yet.
Mm,
I've just been playing around with trying to see how I can build something that has to do with like cybersecurity and stuff like that. So I'm just playing around with ideas in that area. But
mhm.
from my end on base, like I mentioned, playing around with the audit they have. So if you want to try to find bugs or errors in the current base upgrade, I think there's a link that they shared where you can go and test out your cybersecurity skills to try to find bugs. And I think there's a bounty that's up for grabs if you actually manage to find some bugs. So yeah, that's what my brain has actually been just doing the last one day, if I should
Yeah.
put it that way. Yeah, and of course the
I'm
other
glad you
small
brought that
small
up.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up because I'd forgotten to, that this is something that we actually briefly touched on and was worth a look at in this session. So thanks
yeah,
for reminding me as well and bringing it up.
awesome.
Um, so this is the platform you're talking about, right? Immunify.
Yeah,
This is
Immunify.
where, yeah. So I think people will need to go to find it. The easiest way to find it, right, is to look for the post from Build on Base, right? I had it just now. Let me see. Look for the post from Build on Base. So
Yeah,
go to X, go to Build on Base, and look for a post that they did about Azul, intro base Azul, okay? So they did this post, was it just a few days ago? Let me see, where is the date stamp? Okay, so they did the post on 21 April, and it was like 7:02 p.m. our time, CAT. So the handle for is build on base. Okay, so build on base. So at build on base. So go and check out this article, and then you'll see a direct link to Immunify over here. Oh wait, no, that's not it. It's somewhere here. No. Where is it? Oh, there we go. So there's a link here that speaks to The bounty is up to $250,000. Okay, so it started on April 21 and it's until May 4. So there's a pool of up to $250,000 maximum
Yeah.
for critical vulnerabilities that you can find, so yeah. So if you are a bounty hunter, then, this is where you need to be, like what Lord was
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
some key things that I picked up on this is when you sign up, you need to, for you to be able to submit a bounty, you need to KYC. Okay.
Yeah, I was about
So
to
it
say
means
that just now as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to get your ID. Hopefully your ID is from a country that is readable, but if it's not, then most passports nowadays can qualify for KYC. Newer passports. I think a lot of African countries have moved to the international passport standard. So you should be able to KYC with a passport if you have one, or if you are using ID. I think nowadays a lot of the newer IDs. So if you're in a country that's sort of moved to the plastic ID standard, those should be covered, But then there's some
Yeah.
countries. So if your country was like under OFAC, there's certain countries that can't KYC for some reason. Yeah. I think some of the developers I've been working with from Nigeria can't KYC because Nigeria has there's some ring fencing around using platforms like Coinbase. You need like a what do they call that thing? What do they call a VPN? Yeah.
Yeah, a
So I
VPN.
think you can KYC from some countries like Central African Republic, Nigeria. I don't know what other countries. Those are the two that I know because I've interacted with people from there. But there could be more. I don't know.
Yeah, there could be more.
Okay, so yeah, you sign up and there is a KYC. I saw the KYC in my settings yesterday. But when I first signed up, it like literally took me to the KYC. Oh, there it is. So you go to settings and then you'll see it over here. Let me see. What does it say? Which one is it? Oh, identity verification. So verify ID. There you go. So okay. Okay, so it looks like you scan. So what are we scanning here? What you'll need? Passport with NFC.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
there's
So a passport with NFC scans. All right, I've got a new passport with an NFC chip.
yeah, it
Oh,
scans. That's what the
okay.
NFC chip is for. I don't know if
Yeah, yeah.
you noticed. So with NFC, most of the times in phones, I've noticed that it's a lot of people don't really use it that much. But with NFC,
Mm,
you can sync your virtual card to like NFC and then be able to pay using your phone. Um,
mm,
using your phone as a physical card for a virtual card. I don't know if that makes sense.
mm.
As a
Yeah,
virtual,
yeah.
yeah, so you can use it for things like that. So for the passports, it will be the same as though you just be able to just tap or
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
It's very interesting too.
Mm. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. Also,
Um,
if you're participating in this but you don't have a passport, but you've been very active on like Web3 platforms, and your wallet address has got like a lot of I would say use cases. You've been using it to make transactions and stuff. You can also use that as something to prove your humanity. There's also things like connecting to um, exchanges like Binance, platforms like Discord. So all these can be used to increase your what they call your humanity. It's like your humanity scale, something that just proves
mm,
that you're an actual human and not just like a bot. So once you do that, there's a score. So when you reach 25, like 25, and I won't say percent, but when you reach the 25th score, you can use that to verify your humanness in case you don't have like a passport for those people who've
Okay.
got like issues in other countries. Yeah. So that's just something
Yeah.
I thought I could
Yeah,
share.
and another thing that's important, right? While they another reason they need um things like your passport and stuff like that is because they want to check that you're not from a sanctioned country. Because if you're from a sanctioned country, they can't pay you because it's a bounty. So, so for some platforms based depending on where it's operating from. So if it's a platform if this platform is say for example American, they're not allowed to pay
Yeah,
anybody
they're
from
not allowed.
an OFAC sanctioned country, right? So meaning if your country was under sanctions, unfortunately you can't KYC and
Yeah,
you likely can't get paid.
yeah,
So that's I think we had a case of a builder who's having an issue, and I was, telling him that there's OFAC to keep in mind because he says he's from a country that can KYC. So I think he tried to KYC. So normally in the proof of country section, that's where it will kick you out. So if you're from a country
yeah.
that's not in their list,
You can
then
get paid.
yeah. And then if you're not sure, there is a way to check OFAC sanctions. List of countries. So there is a way just to check online. I think the US keeps it up to date. But yeah, so you could check or just do a search and check where your country stands.
Yeah,
Okay, so right now it looks like these countries, right? Okay. Uh, okay, there's more. Oh, there's more. Okay, so yeah, if you're in any of these countries as well, it looks like you cannot or you might not be able to. Yeah, I knew Central African Republic. Funny enough, Nigeria is not under OFAC, but I think something is going on there because Coinbase also doesn't work in Nigeria, but they're not under any sanctions. So it must be maybe their national government, uh, you know, or something like that. I don't know.
or maybe it's just
Okay, but
something
yeah,
that maybe Coinbase has got their own particular list, because I don't think
yeah,
Coinbase also works in Zambia. I'm not sure about that.
it is.
Yeah,
Or
I have
maybe
to
it's
know.
a question of like some of these countries, they're very strict on you have to
Yeah,
the exchange will have to have a financial services license or
yeah,
registered to be able to serve customers. So some of these countries actually they request a domain restriction or they enforce it via their what do they call the whatever the internet the local internet service provider or like what is it, regulatory body, right? So I know some countries would block
yeah.
URLs for certain companies, from being accessed. That's why people use VPNs because they can't access, it directly. So I'm not sure it happens on both sides or on one end, but yeah. So I'm sure there are some countries that also might be here that are not in the list. But yeah, the only way to find out is to actually try and KYC. And then another thing is that some of these KYC platforms, they can't read certain IDs from certain countries. They can't read certain passports from certain countries. So, you might be sitting in a country where you've never needed a passport. You have an ID, you come here, but you don't pick up your ID because passports are the only like international standard form of identity nowadays because you use them to travel to other countries. So they all have the same formatting if you've got it in the last 5 years, that is. So yeah, so that's the challenge. But if you're in a country where you can get a passport within 2 weeks or, then you might be able to get one and then come back and KYC and yeah, still earn yourself something if you found a bug. So yeah, so that's the app that one has to download, it seems, to be able to KYC. So it's called zkpassport.app, right? Yeah. Okay, so anything else, Lloyd, that you picked up from this outside of the KYC process, which is what a lot of, well, a few people I think are going to run into issues with? From submitting, what's that looking like from the bounty side?
So for the bounty side, you have to first find a vulnerability or a bug, and then be able to KYC. So once you KYC, then you can submit a report. So if you don't KYC, you won't be able to submit a report yet. Yeah. So it's going to ask for.
So it does the identity verification required. Okay. Oh, it takes you straight to identity verification.
Yeah. So it's there at the bottom. When you click it, it will take you to I don't know if you've seen it. You just click it at the bottom. Go to the bottom, all the way to the bottom. Yeah. Then just click that verify identity.
Oh yeah, that's where we were just now earlier.
Yeah,
this
then
page that we're looking at.
Okay, so I'm looking at your so yours is different from mine. So for mine, I have another option other than just the ZK passport.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you signed up with your GitHub or your Gmail?
Let me just
How did you sign up?
I use my Gmail.
Okay.
So
yeah, maybe it's picking up regions. So it could be a regional thing. So if it's picking up South Africa here, this could be what it's the options that it's giving me. I wonder. I don't know. Because it did ask me for, what did it ask me for? No, I might be mistaken for something else. Yeah, but what are you getting on your end? You want to share your screen or? Is Lloyd with us? Lloyd, are you there? Lloyd, I can't hear you. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's my end, but let me. Okay, so Lloyd fell out. Okay. All right, I'll wait for him to join back in, and then we'll. Okay, so maybe in the meantime, I should just share this screen over here. Okay, so where you find the you click on audit competition. So on the Immunify website, it's gonna have all these headings over there. Then you click on audit competitions, it opens a page like this. So the base one is actually an audit competition, right? So you will find it under audit competitions. There we go. So this will be the base one. So you can view that and then submit anything towards that. Let's see if Lloyd is back. Okay, so Lloyd is not back. Okay. Yeah, and then there's 11 days remaining. So if anybody is looking to participate in this, there isn't much time, but there's a lot of money, right? So $250,000, which is a lot. So yeah, you didn't need to be KYC'd. So you do need to build like a runnable proof of concept, right? So when you see a bug, it's not just about reporting and saying I saw a bug, but it's also, I guess, about creating some type of a solution towards that bug. Okay, and then yeah, so I think this is probably going to be like quite a pull request that needs to be triaged. I'm not sure, but you might have to submit it via GitHub. Yeah, I haven't done any bug bounties at all in the past, so I'm not really familiar with it, but these are the rewards and threat levels, etc. So where is Mr. Lloyd? Okay, Mr. Lloyd is not back still. Okay. Yeah, so these are the threat levels and the rewards. Okay. So let's click on any one of these, or they're not clickable. Okay, so it just shows you then if you're doing something on blockchain and the digital ledger technology, then yeah, this is what you. So obviously, probably something with critical, would probably get a higher reward than something with a lower threat level. And smart contract, and then there's a section for insight. Okay, so I think it's worth reading all of this to find out, the reward bodies. I see they've listed it here. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot to read, terms and conditions and all that. But yeah, it speaks for itself. So this is a tried and trusted program, and I'm sure this platform is tried and trusted as well. So yeah, have a look at that and see if you can find some bugs and help the base ecosystem with the current upgrades. Okay, so Mr. Lloyd's still not with us. No problem. So I'm going to carry on now to something I was building. And then we will look at how I'm going to add the base credentials. Okay. So this is what I'm building right now. It's an app for booking like tables. It's kind of similar to something like DinePlan, but I'm thinking for more like events, more like when you go out to your, restaurants and clubs and all that kind of stuff, right? So nowadays, even concerts really. So nowadays, what's happening is the post-COVID era, they're forcing bookings for anything and everything. I've had moments where I just want to go out and eat and you can't get a seat. You gotta wait, and some places will turn you back and say, "Look, we're booked to capacity. This venue can only accommodate 500 people because of fire control and whatever OHS requirements, occupational health and safety requirements in South Africa." So it's becoming very strict. So I can imagine in places like America and Europe, it's probably worse. But I've noticed in South Africa that, it's becoming a norm. You can't go to a lot of places without a booking. Sometimes you try and make a booking and there's no space because the way it works with the booking system is that if a business that could be a restaurant will apportion maybe 80% of its tables for walk-ins and 20% to a bookings company like DinePlan, right? So while you might assume you can't get a booking, if you walk in, you can't get a seat. So, and that's because there's a lack of real-time systems, and so it's a system issue, right? So I'm experiencing a lot of this when we're going out. We always have to book. We always have to, and I'm thinking, okay, let me check for Lloyd before I get carried away with this, right? Um, let's check for Lloyd. Oh, okay, Lloyd is back. Hey, Mr. Lloyd.
Hey Google, sorry, my internet just
Can,
had a quick reboot, so it just
no
cut me
worries.
off. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my
Um.
screen? I actually went back to Immunify. I had moved
Yeah.
to explaining what I'm building. I was gonna do a quick build, but yeah, maybe there's something that you wanted to cover with this bug bounty, because I see the
Um.
page has got like the different rewards and threat levels and how much money for each category, etc. Have you looked at this in detail? Perhaps you want to add something to this?
I did look at it yesterday. So you choose between checking for bugs in the smart contract or on the blockchain. So when you click the
Yeah.
scope, just scroll a bit up.
Mm-hmm.
There's the information. So when you click the tab that says scope at the bottom,
Where is scope?
there.
Oh, scope. Okay.
Yeah. So when you click that, it shows you
Mm.
um which like part you can choose. So you can either choose to
Mm.
try and audit the smart contract, or
Okay.
the blockchain DLT. Yeah. So these
Okay.
are some of the things you can kind of just go through. So these are links to
Right.
open source GitHubs that you can then, go through. There's already a few bugs that have already been found, but these were pre-release. So in case you find them,
Yeah.
they're not they've already been solved, if I should put it that way. They're not new. So they're only looking for new bugs and errors that you can find. So yeah, feel free to play around with it and see what you can
Oh, so
find.
people are,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So people are doing pull requests onto the base repo. Okay, let's see what some of the pull requests are saying. Include receipt fields in Flash, active endpoint failure, throttle fan out, improve transactions. Okay, so I guess anybody that's trying to do this must also go and check out some of these pull requests, right? So you're not
Yeah. So
trying
you can see,
to, fix something somebody has already submitted a pull request for.
yeah. So if you see at the top,
Mm.
there's I think one pull request from yesterday, two
This
backpoint.
one.
So yeah, by Danielle. So include receipt fields. So this was accepted. Might have been a minor error. I think there's another one by MW2000 imports OP, and that one also was approved. Yeah, those are the only two that I've seen so
Yes.
far.
Yeah. These ones were rejected, yeah?
Yeah, those
With
were
an X.
rejected. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think the ones in orange, I think still being drafted or being reviewed. So yeah, try your luck, guys. See what you can do in case you find something interesting. And then I wanted to just show you what I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
So I'm going to just
Do you want to
share
share your
my
screen?
screen. Yeah. Can
Okay.
you see it?
Okay, yeah, you're on stage now.
You can see my screen. Yeah. So you see, this is what I meant. So mine has two. It's got the ZK passport and it also has this human passport.
Humanity.
Verify your
Okay.
identity using your Web3 activity and verifiable credentials called stamps. So requires a verified wallet with Web3 activity or collected stamps. So
Yeah.
when you
My
open
question
this,
is, did you connect your wallet or
I
like
connected
to
my wallet
this
after,
platform?
but it was
Oh, okay.
the option was still there
Was
before I
already there.
connected my wallet. Yeah. So I
Yeah. So
just
you didn't connect your GitHub or anything for it to activate that option
no,
or
I just logged in with my Gmail, and when I came to identity,
yeah.
it gave me these two options. And when you click the human passport, you can connect your wallet, and then you would have to go to this part that says connect passport or verify passport score. Sorry. This triggers okay. So my passport score is 25 because 21 because I haven't yet connected like the other parts. So for you to do that, you have to come to this platform called passport.xyz. Okay, so in here, that's where you're going to find like a bunch of stuff that you can use to verify that you're human. So stuff like government ID, Binance, biometrics, proof of clean hands is basically what they do, like a background check to make sure that you're not scammy or into such activities. You can do a quick phone verification. And if you don't use the normal, what they call stamps, physical stamps, you can use blockchain networks. So that's why you heard me mention to say if you don't have a physical passport, you can still use your Web3 data. If you have like Gitcoin, if you're active on the guild, stuff like that. Or you can use the normal Web2 platforms as well. So Steam, Discord, GitHub, etc. to be able to increase your score until it's above 20 25. Then once it's above 25, you can come here, and then you'll be able to participate by submitting for the bounty. So yeah, that's one way of doing it.
Crazy. A whole page dedicated to prove that you're human.
An entire
It's crazy,
an
bro.
entire page.
Like a
an entire-
whole page with so many different systems to prove I am a human being. Like, where do we live? I mean, it's easier for a bot to prove. You know, the way I look at it, the internet is going to be easier for bots in the near future, because all a bot is going to need is like some ERC 8, whatever. What is it called? That standard.
see,
Um,
8004.
8004. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it's going to need maybe A2A protocol, that Google agent to agent protocol, and probably 3 different things, which you build into. It's a piece of code that you incorporate into your AI agent, and then it can do more business, make more money than human beings on the internet. So the risk is
And
in the near
faster.
future is if you don't have an agent and you're not paying ChatGPT or Google, $20 every month to keep running your agent, you're not going to be able to make money on the internet, because the verification layer for human beings is going to be 2 pages, man. Like they're clamping us down with bureaucracy, like the process of going to get a passport already, in some countries
Bruh.
getting an ID, and then like freaking all these other things you need to prove are going to become so difficult that you're going to need an AI agent to represent you on the internet or in commerce at all. So yeah, so that day is coming, guys. So this
Coming.
shows you that we need to like literally level up on our agents, get your own personal agent, learn how to transact using agents, because the internet is going to be so difficult to use for human beings. Europe is already saying you need to prove your age, that you are not, younger than whatever, So some platforms like Discord or even this game, that game that you like to play, Lloyd,
Yeah.
they've got like, yeah, they're doing an age verification. So like it's got like the whatever face, you have to show your face sideways,
Oh yeah,
sideways,
you have to show your
and
face.
make sure you're not under. Yeah, some countries are saying children, or rather people under 18 can't use the internet. And this is like we are going into this dystopian state where it's either AI agents or you can't use the internet. You choose. So yeah, sorry for ranting, but I hate this, human verification stuff. And I've been seeing it creeping up, man. But yeah, it's gone crazy now from what I'm looking at. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it is
it's
crazy. Mm,
crazy. So yeah, this is one way to do it, and
okay.
anyone can check it out. But that's only if
Yeah,
it shows. So maybe try to
on your
connect
side.
your wallet as well to see. But yeah, that's
If it's
what I
gonna
got.
come up.
Yeah, see if it's
Mm,
going to come up. Yeah.
yeah. And verification is such a pain, and unfortunately, it keeps out a lot of builders, because a lot of builders from countries that can't verify, can't KYC, they can't actually participate in such things. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
the unfortunate nature of the world we live in.
Yeah, and
So maybe if you
you know,
can't partner up with somebody from a country that has someone who has clearance. You guys form a team, and then you approach the whole bounty program as like a team. So you
yeah.
all have whether you share one GitHub profile, or you find a way, man. There's so many ways to work around these things,
Yeah.
but
And
that's the
another
best bet.
Yeah, and
Mm.
like the way you mentioned, um, looking at the way the bounties are, they're also like a sort of time. I would say time restricted or time sensitive thing, right? So let's say I find a bug, but then I can't really like verify. because maybe it's a bit
Mm,
difficult for me, and maybe I managed to verify in like 2 days or 3 days. It means somebody
mm,
who finds the exact same bag and is already verified or can verify in like um, a few minutes, they would be the
mm.
ones that would then get the prize. So
Yeah,
yeah, for some
it's
some
pretty tricky, right?
parties, yeah, it's pretty tricky.
Mm, yeah,
But yeah, you know,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
let's see
so
how.
anyway, no, that's great, man. Thanks for sharing all this. I have never submitted any, any of these bug bounties in the past. I've never participated in any of these. So it's nice to see like what's happening, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be submitting anything, you know. Um, yeah, it's not really something, I'm good
Yeah.
at or I've tried. But I have a lot of GitHub skills, you know. Fortunately in the past I've been triaging, you know, GitHub for a long time, checking out pull requests, merging. And I did that quite a lot in the earlier projects that I did. That's why some of these grant programs or building a startup is good because it teaches you the skills or it forces you, to learn all these skills. So yeah, so I think these programs are also great for builders to learn or sharpen up their, GitHub skills because GitHub, I think
Yeah.
for most builders, is a way of life. You gotta learn if you want to work internationally, you gotta learn how GitHub works. You gotta, learn how to, uh, submit a pull request or, what do they call it, issues and all
Yeah.
that. And then if you want to be a manager, a startup, even if you don't have coding skills, you can learn the stuff like how do you merge a pull request, how do you, security around the pull request, how do you allow different, builders from different places to work on your app and without compromising the, the code and all that. So these are
Yeah.
basics that like nowadays, guys, owning a startup or being a builder requires much more than trying to be a businessman or an entrepreneur in this space. It requires a lot of skills at the beginning when you can't hire many people to do that. But a lot of the skills is managing your code. That's one of the biggest skills that you need. Managing people that work on your code so people are not BSing you or people are not sending bugs to your own code, or
Yeah. Cause
sending it like you know what I mean, a time bomb where you fire the guy after 30 days, everything stops working or the code is deleted or some other
by
thing.
agent.
And somebody
Yeah.
tried that on me, right? Somebody tried that on me. I had a situation where like, the project I was running, we didn't have enough money anymore. And so we kind of had to like,
Disband.
scale down and,
Yeah.
while we're fundraising. And I think one of the guys was disgruntled, and he had access to certain elements of our repo. And then he sent this little malicious piece of code that kind of like changed some stuff, right? It was like a pull request that removed something, some code, and the app wasn't running. But I was able to, fortunately, with the elements of Cloud Code, so I was able to check out that, oh, okay, because I'm very good with GitHub. I was able to check, oh, somebody did something here, and he had clearance, and I was able to check. I was able to go to, my Cloud Code and check in the code there, and also verify with ChatGPT, and I just sent the guy an email and said, "Hey, bro, just make sure the app is back up." So I didn't have to say a lot. I just had to say, "Bro,
Yeah.
I saw something, and the app is down. Can you make sure it's back up?" I was back within an hour. So, and we've never had a problem. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna test you guys. So when you run a business, you don't know much about code. You're a vibe coder. You're gonna deal with people that are gonna like overcoach you on stuff, overbill you. I've had a guy. We hired this guy for 3 months, man, and the guy was supposed to write smart contracts, bro. He spent 3 months sending me BS. Like literally, the guy like literally took salary for 3 months and he never gave anything. So you're gonna get that.
What's insane?
So yeah. So and then obviously, and then as a startup, as a builder, as a startup, you gotta make decisions when such things happen. Are you gonna go for revenge? Are you gonna waste a lot of your energy being malicious and going after revenge and
Uh,
trying to, kill this person's career? I mean, you have the option of reporting these people. They get banned off Discord. You report them in a couple of places. They can never work because nobody appreciates hackers or dishonest people in this space
yeah,
because people lose real money and businesses die. But then I realized, nah, man, that's not who I want to be. Some of these people are young and they make mistakes. You might not be the same person next year. So
true.
I just let him off. I just well, like, you know what, you win some, you lose some. And I don't want to spend my energy chasing after somebody when I should be chasing after the opportunities in front of me.
Yeah,
So some of these principles, you learn in this space. They apply in life, or some of life principles that you learn you apply in this space. So yeah, so always move towards money as long as the outcome is income. So if you're chasing bad energy, you're chasing somebody because they did something, and it might not give you anything back. So rather focus on pivoting and finding another way to do things. Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, that's my story with these things, man. But yeah, but hopefully you'll find
Yeah.
a nice bug that will give you a nice lump sum.
Yeah, yeah. I hope people, do it, especially for like the cyber
Mhm.
security guys, like
Yeah.
if you've been doing cyber security, or
Mm,
you've got access to Mythos, like these are some of the opportunities you can take as like a developer as well. It's
yeah.
I think only for about 10 more days, 12, 11 days.
Mm,
There's a timer. So that's enough time for you to find one bug. I mean, we've already seen two people's pull requests which were um, approved. I don't know if they are part of the main core team as
mm,
contributors, or if that people that just found the bugs recently, but you know, they they found something. No matter how small it is, it's still
mm.
something that is valuable. So for those who want to try it out, and let's see how we can continue building on base. You know, because there's always
Yeah.
opportunities for you. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. And I think for those people that can't KYC, I think what you might want to do is look for your country lead. If you've seen a bug, maybe do a pull request, right? So if you're scared that somebody might pick the bug up, just go onto the base repo and do a pull request with that solution, the problem with your solution or fix, and then reach out to your country leads or people within the base community or something. Your country leads is normally the best bet. And then say, hey, listen, I'm from a country like this, like that. I can't KYC. And I've picked up a pull request. I've picked up a bug and I've done a pull request, etc. Or I've, submitted something to solve this. And you know, can if it's approved, can I get a small little grant for building on base? And 8 out of 10 times, they will reward you with something because base has this culture that if you build on base, you will be rewarded. So I think in that aspect, people that come from countries that can contribute could take that approach. Yeah, but base
Oh,
does have a culture, from what I've seen, that if you see a problem, can't go to their repo, submit something, submit a solution, yeah, and then see if it's going to be approved. You know.
yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Mm.
So
So
everybody
that's probably
definitely
the best
try that out
approach.
and test it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought this up because today I was not really, I was gonna actually build something, but now that you've covered this saves me from building. So there's an app I'm working on, right? So I haven't
Yeah.
added any base elements to it. So let me just quickly share my screen. I was just going through it just now. Uh, So I think in my last few minutes, I can just share what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So can you see? So what I'm doing is this thing
I
called
see.
section, right? So a problem that I'm noticing, right? Because I go out quite a bit, and
Mhm.
nowadays, post-COVID, now in South Africa, you like literally have to book in most places you go. If you're gonna get a space, you have to book, you have to buy tickets on time. Like it's hard to keep up. By the time sometimes you find out, you see something on Instagram, it's sold out. Like there's an event that me and my missus wanted to go to in June, and it's like Red Bull Symphony. They have this DJ, then they have an orchestra, right? And then they take these Amapiano songs, and then they put a live orchestra. So the DJ and the orchestra are like playing the same song. You know what I mean? So it's a
Yeah.
beautiful experience, and it's a nice take on music, and it's normally in a nice settings. So it's a sit down type of event. It's a nice theater like settings. So that's
Nice.
kind of like the stuff that we like, right? So they're few and far between. And they always sell out. So one came out, Red Bull is sponsoring this thing, and it's sold out, man. It's happening in 3rd of June, and I only just found out a few days ago.
It's
So,
gone.
so I've been experiencing this type of things where I had a friend come down from the UK about a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, and there was an event that he likes. He goes to it in the UK. He was like, let's go to this event. Try to get tickets online, bro. Sold out, you know?
Yo.
And then they normally say, come to the entrance, because you contact them. They say, come to the entrance. You might get some tickets. We got there, we're like, we're late. They already sold the only 50 tickets that were available. So now you have to
Hey.
turn back and look for something else to do. So yeah, it's becoming hectic, man. That's how the situation is now. Everything's working on bookings, right? But the booking system that we have, there's this thing called Dine Plan. It's not very efficient. I use it, but I can see it's not really for young people or people that are visual, right? So I figured, okay, let me create my own system because I'm tired of experiencing this thing, right? So I want to create a system where everyone can book a section now. Because some places you need to go there, you have to pay a certain amount of money to buy a drink that you don't even want to drink or you don't even drink, but you want sitting space. So it forces you. So then I created section.
Section.
But it allows you to book a section, right? Oh, sorry, I have to log in now. But it allows you to book a section, choose what you want to drink or eat, share a table with other people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Okay. Sorry, it was talking. So yeah, so it allows you to book a section, share a table with other people, have a profile, search like, different events and different tables that are available. But I'm presenting it like making it visual, so I could book a whole table and then invite other people, strangers. So if I want to go out alone, I could share a table with different people, right? So
Yeah.
this can apply also to people that like to go to these base events, right? So you go to an event or these crypto events, you go to an event, you're not sure what kind of crowd you're going to hang out with, so you don't want to be the only guy that's standing there and you don't know anybody. You've gone to the US, you are from Africa, you don't really understand the culture. So now you're at this event, but you don't know how to get on with people. Then an app like this allows you to book specific tables for specific things. This is after the event, like, whether it's those breakaway events, it could be afterwards in the evenings for lunchtime. So if you're there for a couple of days, you don't know anybody there, you don't know who to go out with. This is the kind of app that you can use to interact with people. You can find people by, that interest, or find, just complete strangers, and be part of that table. You pay your share, they have already paid their share upfront in the app, and the event venue takes their portion, and this platform takes 10%, right? So that's basically what I was building. So I was
Yeah.
gonna now create, so I haven't added any base elements to this. So if you see, I built it from the front end first, right? um I built front end.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, it's talking, this thing. Let it keep quiet. I built front end. I haven't put any of the blockchain elements. I haven't put on any of the base elements, right? So I wanted it to work first as, just a normal app. So I didn't want to be driven by Web3 in design thinking. So I say, let me build it as a standalone app. I'm going to incorporate like normal, card swipes, so it works for anyone and everyone. And then today I was going to then add the base elements with the option to pay in USDC, and with like an escrow smart contract for, collecting payments from all these different people. Yeah. So yeah, that's generally what I'm working on at this moment. Lloyd,
Nice.
it's hopefully proves a pain point that I'm experiencing when I want to
It
go out and they tell me like, we don't have any more tables. Or you get there, they say, wait until other people finish eating. And you gotta wait 30 minutes, bro, before you can get a chair, a table to sit. So,
no, it's
so
a
I was
it's
like, no, no,
a
no. I
I
need
think it's a
order.
nice it's a it's a nice it's a nice thing because it's convenient.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But also I'm looking for that thing where it brings in Instagram, TikTok into Dine Plan. So if you haven't used Dine Plan, there's this thing called Dine Plan, right? This is what it
Mm.
looks like. I like Dine Plan, but it doesn't give me everything I'm looking for, So this is Dine Plan. So I use it on the app, but you can use it online. So if I'm looking for a table, you just search for a table, you select a date, select a place. So I
Okay.
could say I want to go to Marble Restaurant. Marble Restaurant. But these are the kind of things that we need to bring to base, right? Things that allow
Yeah,
anyone
real
traveling,
world
anyone
use.
going to
Yeah.
places, transact using USDC, etc., etc. Yeah. Okay, so maybe not today. Let's see. I think it's gonna want me to log in. Uh, okay. But anyway, anyone can try it. So DinePlan is a very successful business, by the way. But I think it's lacking the youthfulness to events, and it's primarily focused on restaurant. But I use it a lot and it's very efficient, right? And they've got a very interesting business model because software as a service, right? So on one end, restaurants pay, to use Dine Plan, and then you as a person booking, you don't pay; it's for free. So yeah, so it's a very clever business model. But yeah, so that's what I was gonna build today, man. I was gonna add, the the blockchain elements, just
Yeah.
go through the whole ropes of like, okay, let me add the blockchain elements. Let's create a smart contract for escrow. Let's add base pay. Let's see if we can make it multi-chain. Maybe add a bridge from Circle. Circle's now got a bridge. Maybe incorporate a bridge so anyone from any blockchain can pay using USDC. So yeah, that's what I was thinking around maybe turning today's session into a build session. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think I can carry on building and just show results. Because yeah.
No, that's still dope. And like you said, it's to
Yeah.
find use cases that haven't been done, in crypto. Like I was also
Yeah.
looking at something similar today, and I thought to myself to
Mm,
say, there's a lot of free open source GitHub AI like tools, right?
mhm,
That haven't been like utilized. For example, there's tools like Meta has SAM 2, that segment anything
yeah.
2. It's a very great AI tool for like segmenting stuff, whether it's in
Yeah.
video or for tracking.
Mhm,
And there's a bunch more other AI tools that are just equally as good in different fields that people can mix together to create new applications that haven't yet been thought of or done before in different fields. And if you look at most of
mhm,
the uh, I would say the AI apps that we have just currently around, they are all in the same similar industries, whether they're video generators or editors
mm,
or but that's because we're all using the same tools. There's
Yeah.
a list of like other tools that haven't yet been used or are underused, which we can also, incorporate into an application, mix that with like the base blockchain, and you have a new thing that is on
Yeah.
base. For example, if if modern if modern, let's say, image generators uh,
Mm,
only enable you to pay using like PayPal or credit card,
mm,
and there was nothing like that
mm.
on base, and you got that and added base stuff and documentation. There's people who want to
Yeah.
use that but don't want to use like the credit cards, so if they have a
Yeah.
wallet, to just be like, oh yeah, let me pay with like a wallet. So it's also a way of
Mm,
finding new things to build, new ideas that might some of these might already have like I would say like a market for people. Like people already use this, and you can get that and bring it
mm,
to base. It's not there because people still use it also, on base. So yeah, it's a way to kind of just find new ideas to build and experiment
mm.
with. Yeah,
Yeah.
thought I would
Nice.
sort of
I
just
think I also saw a post that NVIDIA is offering this. NVIDIA has created this platform that allows you to use other AI tools for free, like your Kimi and Minimax. So there's a way
yeah,
around it.
yeah.
Yeah,
There is
that
actually
is.
there's
You've seen
um
that?
Yes, I saw it. I was so for with NVIDIA, I played around with there's a model that it does DNA sequencing. It's called Evo2, EVO2. So it's a very
Hmm.
interesting model because you can use it if you're like into like the medical field, or a DNA researcher. You can use it to actually create new DNA samples or edit DNA samples and see how they're going to like show up as structures, whether it's protein structures or the normal 3D structures. So it's a very interesting tool, and I found it on NVIDIA's platform
Mm,
with a bunch of other tools, and it's free, so you can use it for like as long as you want, and you can also use the API and then just jack it up to like your app, or that does that, for example, and create stuff. I remember making syncing it to an image generator, so where I could tell the model create a bunny that glows in the dark, and it would create like the actual DNA sequence for like a rabbit, and then
mm.
edit the parts out that need to be edited so that the rabbit glows. If you got this
Yeah.
sequence and you gave it to like somebody who knows how to do DNA processing, they would actually create that gene edited rabbit for you, which would actually glow in the dark, like how they do it already with pigs and stuff like that. So
Mm,
I then connected it to like an image generator, and it was like creating a 3D thing and then an actual image of how it looked like. So that's just like a silly way of me playing around with this stuff, although it's got more serious use cases. But that's how you
yeah.
can play around with like a bunch more other AI models. Like there's a lot of stuff in like what they call Gaussian splats, right? So this is turning an image, like if you see the way your image is with Gaussian splats, it can enable me to walk around you or beside you or go as far as like the um, the piano, and move around from just an image. And some of this stuff is
Yeah.
open source, so we don't
Mm,
have stuff like that on base. Maybe you can
yeah.
do that for something interesting, or find a use case
Definitely.
for it. Yeah. So those are just
Yeah.
tips and
Mm,
ideas that anyone
yeah.
can look at. Yeah.
Nice. Thanks for that input, man. I think we've come to the
Anytime.
end of our session.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you guys, I'm not going to do a live build today. So, fortunate for me, because then I can build it in my time over the weekend. But yeah, so any word of the day before we go?
Word of the day, build, experiment with the tools, be in the loop. Base is having a lot of changes. So like we always say, we don't want you to be to be left behind. You know, if
Yeah.
it's just yesterday, it's just 2 days ago when I was mentioning that if you maybe haven't been on the session for like a week, you find like a lot of things have changed, you know, from updates to new ways of creating apps. And today
Yeah.
we just discovered some things in the base app have also changed. So
Yeah.
it's a good idea to just kind of find yourself on track. You can watch these videos even after that I think they're recorded and posted, if I'm not mistaken. And you can always catch up.
Yeah.
If not, feel free to hit us up, whether it's on our socials or whether it's going directly to the base
Yeah.
developer Discord. But yeah, use any of these ways to contact us, and we'll definitely help you in whatever best way that we can. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. I think from my end, it's just the realization that nowadays, building in the last year, I've had so many ideas, tried building so many apps. A lot of that was learning how to build. So when you want to learn how to build, it's always good to try and build as many things as you can in a short space of time. Last year we were building 3 apps a week, you know, but never shipping any of those, right? So find one that's interesting because once you know how to build, you realize that ideas are few and far between. I now have an idea maybe once a month. It's becoming harder and harder to find inspiration because I know too much. So when you know very little, you see so many problems you want to solve. When you now know too much, you know, you see so many problems in the things you build that they don't no longer looks like solutions. I don't know if I'm making sense, but there's this thing where when you know too much, you see less opportunity, right?
Yeah, it's true.
It's like your PhD professors are working in schools as teachers, are working in universities. They're not going out there and creating the next amazing piece of tech. All these smart people in crypto,
Yeah.
not most of them have not solved anything in the real world. They've not changed the world with all this mega intelligence, big maths, etc. That's the problem with knowing too much, right? So that's why vibe coders are probably going to take over the software industry because they know problems, real problems, right? And they just
Yes.
never had a way to express themselves in a way that solves those problems. So if you find yourself at a point where you are new in the game, trust your instincts. You have a better chance of building something that can change the world. Okay. Compared to somebody who knows too much. Excuse me. All right. With that said, I think we need to end the stream. I'm choking now. Sorry. Yeah, that's what happens when you've been talking for an hour, guys. Goodbye. See you next Tuesday. Have a good one. Bye.
BM, guys.